2023 has been a rough year for Overwatch, right up till the end. Let's look back. Hey guys, I'm Damesies from the Omnic Post. It is the festive season, kind of the best time to look back at the previous year, and in this case specifically the previous year in Overwatch. I think it is safe to state that the last year in Overwatch has kind of been rough. Well, to be honest, the last few years in Overwatch have kind of been rough. But 2023 has crammed so much hope and so much despair in one year that it is going to be remembered forever. See, at the start of the year, we were still recovering from that kind of bumpy launch of Overwatch 2 back in October 2022. And a lot of us, including myself at times, were not feeling reassured that it was going to be okay in the end. The output was inconsistent, the communication was problematic, and on top of that we saw quite a few familiar faces leaving the team. On top of that, dark clouds kept gathering over the Microsoft deal, which at that point was the only ray of light in the dark and bare landscape that Blizzard had become. But luckily, slowly but steadily, the clouds started to lift. Not to the point where we have a clear sky right now, but in the last 12, we definitely saw some moments where we could see through the clouds and we knew that better days were coming. The communication was starting to pick up. It was actually being structured. The game itself kept improving, and we kept getting signals that they were actually listening to us. But I think we can all agree that it has not been one steady climb. There have been a few relapses. The biggest one was when they announced that we were not getting PvE as they announced it back in 2019. That was a big one. I made a whole lot of videos back in the day on how this could have happened. How a big company like Blizzard can still fail at manifesting their own ambitions, which isn't that difficult. I mean, I see a lot of people commenting small indie company, which sounds like a lot of nonsense for anybody that ever worked in the industry, but I can understand why people are commenting that. Because yeah, sometimes Blizzard has managed to make really simple mistakes that some indie companies might not have made. But in the end, it's comparing apples to oranges. In any case, that PvE announcement set off a bomb within the community. It was definitely the proverbial straw that broke the camel's back for a lot of the older players, the people that kind of followed in from Overwatch 1. Up till today, people jump into my comments to complain about that and to tell me I sound like Reinhardt or like Torbjörn. Some people say Baptiste. Yeah, I don't get that one. The second wave of anger came when they told us that we would have to pay for that PvE. Not their best move. And then there was another wave when it actually released. Understandable. But PvE has been a hot topic in 2023. But it wasn't the only one. There were the seasons that had variable results. Of course, depending on who you would ask. I mean, Season 7 was pretty well received, while this season, Season 8, is not doing that good. The mythic skins have gradually seen less customization options. They have become less and less mythic every season. We have seen the worst hero release in Overwatch history. On one end, with Lifeweaver, and the next hero release, Yari, was one of the best they ever did. The balancing of all those heroes has gradually gotten better. So has the matchmaking, the progression. While we are not out of the woods just yet, the core game is getting its footing. There were successful crossovers with One Punch Man and LeSeraphim. That last one apparently was huge. The response was tremendous. And I mean, I'm not a K-pop fan at all, and I didn't buy any of the skins. I played the game with just enough to get the challenges done. But I can look at that event and go, I understand. I mean, good for them. Well, except maybe about the pricing. Yeah, that is still my biggest issue with Overwatch. I understand very well that they need to make money, but I definitely think they can do better. And I mean, they have been trying with the return of credits, the credits store, they have been offering more free skins for events and whatnot than ever, but the past weeks showed that they haven't really learned the full lesson yet. See, I made this video last week in which I praised the Winter Fair as one of the best deals they've had in Overwatch 2 yet. Which is, granted, not saying much after the last year, but come on, most of you understood my point. Now, I do still stand by that point. I could even understand why they did not let us get all 5 skins. But I cannot understand why they would release a Shaw bundle that contains one of the most popular skins for this event, the Formal Wear Tracer, which kinda looks like my aunt at a New Year's reception. But that also includes more tickets than you can earn in the actual game. You heard that right. More tickets than you can earn by playing the freaking game. Why set up a progression system and then add a shop item to circumvent all of it at a very hefty price? That includes a popular skin. I mean, in some other games you might get away with this. I don't know. I'm not too familiar with what other games do. But Blizzard knows. They have said it. Jared Newey said it in a recent interview that they're very aware of the sensitivities, the history with this community. They could have seen that this was not going to go down well. It just damages the trust between the players and the developer. Which is kinda sad because they mean well. I see so many players dissecting everything that they're saying right now, looking for an evil money-making scheme in everything, to the point where I'm starting to feel like I need to hand out tinfoil hats again. But when I see a move like this, I understand why people get this way. Every time the player base gets their hopes up, they get hit with one of these. It kind of feels like watching your 12-year-old cousin trying to bake a cake over and over again, and finally they make the perfect cake, and they come over and they hand it to you, and just as you're about to grab it, they just sneeze all over it. What a waste. It didn't help that they released rather expensive weapon skins and had to pull them again because it turned out that they were bugged. And then there's the stole the Ash skin conspiracy. I don't know if you heard about this, but apparently Ash used to be in the homepage art or the menu art that we're seeing in game. Why would they do that? Why would they steal the Ash? Why would they hide? Anyways. Or the fact that they released that Christmas Mercy skin after Christmas. Not a good move. But I guess that is all the process of learning, doing stuff like this and seeing the feedback from the community. And it is up to us to give him that feedback as politely as possible. I mean, I've seen some rants out there and I don't know if that is going to help. But look, 2023 has been a year in which they have been learning how to run a game like this, because it is pretty new for them too. And as Jared News said himself during an interview with SVB, it seems that they have finally found their footing. But that does not mean that they're not going to make more mistakes. I can tell you, I can guarantee you they will, even in 2024. But on the other hand, 2024 will also be the year where we see the results of all that feedback that we have been giving in 2023. And hopefully it's also going to be the year where they learn, where they start to understand that there needs to be a balance between making money, I don't care how much money you make, and trust. Because that trust will eventually result in way more money. They go hand in hand. But more about what we can hope for and what we can expect in the next year in Overwatch in next week's video. But tell me, what is your favorite moment of 2023 in Overwatch 2? Let me know in the comments below. A big thank you to my patrons for their support. You guys are legends. And you too can become part of the Omnic Post family over on patreon.com/the Omnic Post. Check out this video on possible weapon skins that we might see in the future for Overwatch 2. And make sure to subscribe. Guys, if you are about to start celebrating the holidays, enjoy the time with your family. But above all, take care of yourself, take care of each other. Bye bye.